recording is on.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Mind Body Blend. We are in the month of June 2022, and what we've got for this month is a blend of Tai Chi to warm up. We'll have some ballet bar type exercises with hand weights. We also are using a glider this month, and I do have a actual glider. This is a little disc that's got a smooth surface on the bottom, so it will slide across a hardwood surface. They don't work very good on carpeting. If you have carpeting at home, sometimes even just a barefoot will slide along your carpeting, or you can have a sock on. You can also use a washcloth on your hardwood floor. So have that close by. We'll throw a little yoga in today for flexibility work. So let's come to our mat into our wide Wuchi position as we begin to warm up the body with our Tai Chi inspired movements. And just settle in. This is the time for you to put everything else that's on your plate off to the side. You've given yourself this gift today to focus on your own body, your mind, your emotional well-being. So we'll just start to shift into the right side knee, then shift into the left side knee. And notice that my body isn't rising up and down. It's like I'm gliding along a flat surface. Notice your posture, slightly tuck your tailbone under, bring your shoulder blades back. We'll begin to move this into a simple cloud hand. So one arm comes across, the other one comes across. The thumb is up, thumb side of the hand, so your palm is facing in toward your body. So as we grow with this movement, start to rotate so you look over the shoulder and the other side. Rotate. Notice your breathing. And not really important when you inhale and when you exhale here. Just let the breath flow. Now we'll add the bottom arm. So as we're rotating to the left, scoop the right arm underneath. They switch and scoop the other arm underneath. So we're warming up through our spine and definitely through the lower body as we move side to side. The quads, the knees, the hips, the glutes, and the ankles. And then with our upper body, we get our shoulders into the picture. Let's go to each side one more time. And then just let your arms relax down right in front. Take the right palm flat. The left one makes a fist, and we'll press in, create some intensity. And we go down, halfway up, down, halfway up. So I'm pushing from the knuckles into the palm, creating strength in my chest muscles. Shoulders are down and back. And we're breathing. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Rise up, let the arms open. Inhale. Exhale, flat left palm. Right hand makes a fist. Press in and drop and rise. So you're creating your own tension in the chest and shoulder muscles. You might feel a little tiny bit of shaking here if you're really pressing vigorously. 4 more. And up. 3, 2, rise all the way up, open out, chest expansion. Both hands make palms, press together. Drop down and pulse the squat, up and down. up and down. So this is our Anjali Mudra, our prayer hands position. But we're doing this vigorously this morning, really pressing into the palms of the hands. Check your alignment. 4 more repetitions. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Rise up. Make that steeple hands position. So I'm interlacing my fingers except for the pointer fingers. Stretch straight up. And side bend over to the right. Look under that left armpit. And come back up. Side bend left, stretch. Look under the right armpit. And come up. Separate the palms, 1 more chest expansion. Pull the elbows back. You can lift the chin slightly, lift the heart. And lower the arms down by your side. All right, we're going to practice some exercises with the glider. You just need 1. And we're going to be standing with the left foot on the floor. Your right foot is on your glider. Or if you're using a sock, you want to have the right foot that's free. We'll come down into a little squat, abdominals engaged, and press the glider away, then drag it back in. So with exercise, we're working the outer thigh to push away, the inner thigh to drag back in. My standing knee is my supporting leg. It's bent, focusing on the quads and the glutes isometrically. You can take this out and in at any pace you want to go. Nothing moves in your upper body. So all this is still. I'm not rising up and down with this movement. So the degree of bend in this knee is the same all the way through. Let's do 1 more on this leg. My left leg is calling uncle a little bit. So let's rise up. And then we'll switch that glider underneath the left foot, your washcloth, your sock. Come down into your squat. Both knees are parallel forward. Glide it out. Pull it back in. Outer thigh and inner thigh. So if you don't have something that's allowing you to slide, you'll just pick your foot up and tap your toe and pick your foot up and bring it back in. So it's as simple as that. You'll just lose a little bit of the extra effectiveness of the sliding action. Outer thigh to push, inner thigh to retract. Good. Now, obviously, if you guys need breaks before I give them, I want you to come up out of this leg, take a rest, and then come back in. Let's do about 3 more on this side. Good. And 2. And 1. Close in, rise up. Great. Switch feet, but I want you to go ahead and get your hand weights with you. I have moderate workload. I have 5s. The glider is underneath the right foot. Hold the weights at your chest. Squat down. Hold that position. I'm going to send the glider out with the right foot. In, stand up. Slide it out. Bring it in, stand up. Slide out, in, stand up. Good. Now I want you to watch the arms, right and left. Right and left. Then join me. Bicep curl on the right arm, overhead press on the left. Now, if you don't want to press above your head, you'll just do an alternating bicep curl as you stand up. So you'll just drop that arm straight down by your side. 6 more. And up. So each time I'm sinking down into the squat, then rising out of it. 4 more. And up. Good. 3. Up. And 2. Last 1. And relax. Lower the arms. Switch the disc underneath the left foot. Make sure you're nice and stable here. Weights to the chest. Down. And up. Down. Out. In. Stand up. Good. Nice tracking with the knees. Add the left arm. Goes out. Right arm up. Down. Bicep curl. Overhead press. Or if we're leaving out the overhead press, we do an alternating bicep curl. Down, out. Looking good, everybody. Let's get 4 more this side. And up. 3. 2. Last 1. And relax the arm down. Excellent job. Okay, moving the disc out of your way, I'm going to be using my small chair here to come into Warrior 3. So facing the chair, take a step forward with your right foot. Bring your left leg up behind you. Find your balance, and then maybe bringing your fingertips to your chair. Holding here. Now level off your hips. In a ballet bar class, we would do this by holding on to the ballet bar. If your chair is too low, you can bring your hands to the upper part of your chair or use a wall. Now bend the back knee, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. You can also do this down on the floor on your hands and knees. Abs in nice and tight. 4, 3, 2, bend and hold. Keep the knee bent and press up, 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 up. It's a tiny pulse at the top of this exercise. Now my standing hip's getting a lot of work. My core is engaged. The free leg, I'm squeezing the glute and hamstring. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten out the leg. Lower it down to the floor. Rise up. Take a nice big breath in. And exhale. So now standing on your left foot in front, right leg is back, fingertips can come to the chair or find your balance and just use what you need for balance. Level off your hips, make sure your head is nice and neutral, bend that free knee, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. We're activating the hamstring each time we bend. So really pulling the heel to the glute, using the muscle of the back of the upper leg. Last 4, 3, 2, bend and hold. Pulse that heel to the ceiling. Up, up, up. Now when you pulse the leg up, it's really tiny and it's not affecting your pelvic position or your core. Soft knee in your standing leg. And breathe. Almost there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the leg out. Lower it down. And rise up. Take a nice breath in. And exhale, release. All right, pick up your hand weights again. And one glider disc. The glider disc will be underneath the right foot. I'm going to turn to the side. So we are going to squat down and slide the glider back and bring it underneath you. So if you don't have the glider, just like looks like a step back and a step back in. But if you have the glider, you're going to push the foot into the floor to create resistance. Out and in. Nice job. So as you glide back, take both arms to the front and bring it in. Reach, bring it in. 8, 7. You can leave the arms out or maybe do bicep curls. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise up. Ooh, should feel that in that standing leg. Let's switch to the other side without arms to begin. Squat down, left leg goes back behind you and drags in. Back, in. Any pace you want to go. Now notice I'm not bending over like this in this position. So I'm in a lifted squat, nice alignment with the core. And as the leg goes back, arms reach or bicep curl. 8 more. 7. Ooh, it's heating up in here. 6. 5. Are you breathing? We can make 3 more together. 3, 2, 1. And rise up. Shake out those legs. Nicely done. Little shoulder roll. So I want to bring the feet to first position Pilates. So we have our toes turned out. Bring the weights right to your chest. We'll step to the right, close, left, close. Out and left. So I'm stepping to second position, back to first. So this is our level 1 option. Level 2, we plie, close, plie, close. The plie can be small, can be lower, wherever you want to go with those legs. Nice job. Now arm options, bring the elbows to 90 degrees. So we're holding an isometric bicep curl. When you step out, bring the arms away from each other, close in. Now my elbows are staying close to the midline of my body, but I'm doing a rotation of the upper arm, the humerus. 8, 7, you can take the plie out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, close back to first, release the arms down. Roll your shoulders. Good. Now we're going to be doing some releves, which is lifting up on the balls of the feet. So we raise up, down, up, down. You may need to set your weights down and use a wall or a chair for balance here. Lift and lower. Doesn't have to be up really high, but try to work on your range of motion for those ankles. Excellent. Now bend those elbows 90 degrees. If you're not using your chair, add arms. We go elbow up, elbow up. Good. 10 more. 9, 8, balance and strength for the ankles, muscles, the lower legs. 6, 5, 4, shoulder work. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Lower those arms. Okay, set your weights down for just a second. And I'm going to be folding my yoga mat in half so I can use a lot of space on the floor behind my yoga mat, just because I'm limited on space in here from the camera. So I want this space to be clear behind me. You need one disc. Come down to all fours, hands and knees. So we are going to place that disc under the bottom of the right foot and slide your right leg straight out. So I have some pressure into the ball of my foot, and I'm going to slide out, in, out, in. So nothing moves except for the hip abduction, adduction. If we want a little bit more core work, level 2, lift your left hand off the floor and reach it forward. Just hold it up. So I'm balancing between my right hand, my left knee, as I'm using that disc to create inner and outer thigh work. 8 more here, or less if you're going slower than my pace. 7. If you don't have the disc, just tap your toe and bring it back in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hand down, bring the knee down. Come up, relaxing the shoulders. Take a couple shoulder rolls. So I'm going to do that same side again, but give you the option to use a hand weight in your left hand. So left hand has the hand weight, right foot has the disc. Bring the disc behind you. Left elbow is back. We've got a tricep kickback. So I'm straightening and bending that left arm. As I straighten, the leg goes out, in, or the toe taps. 8, 7, 6. Really great core work here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set your weight down, set the knee down, come up and rest the shoulders. So going to the other leg for set 1, so no weight yet. Bring that disc behind the left foot. You're on the right knee and both hands. Take that leg out and in. Open, close, open, close. And try to push down into the floor. And notice when you really push how much harder your core has to work. Second option, reach the right arm forward, hold it up there. 8 more. 7. Check your neutral head position. 5. Outer thigh, inner thigh. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hand, lower the knee. Come up off the hands. This gives you a break for your wrists, so give them a couple rolls. Right hand has the dumbbell. Disc is under that left foot. Let's try a few triceps before we move the legs. So we go straighten, bend. Remember, we're not swinging this weight forward when we do a tricep kickback. So it starts right here at your thigh. Straighten, bend. Good. Now add the leg out, in. 9, 8, 7. Now these exercises are a progression, so you can leave any portion of it out. Make the work right for you today. 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg in, set the weight down, come off the hands, roll out the wrists. Okay, we'll be still with a half mat so that you've got this room behind you. Come into a bridge position, and I want your seat to be right at the edge of your mat. If you're on carpeting, doesn't really matter because you've got the same surface all the way through. So come down onto your back. The disc is under your right foot. And we're going to come up into a baby bridge and hold. Now flex your right foot, set your heel on the disc or on your carpeting, and take your right leg out, drag it in. Out, drag it in. Now the idea is to keep your hips level. You're using the left leg to stay up into your bridge while you're gliding that right leg, using your hamstring to pull it back in toward you. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down from your bridge. That right leg you worked, hug it back in toward your chest. Now, hopefully you have your weight next to you. We'll take the weight in your left hand, and we're doing one more set on that right leg. So put your right heel on the disc, lift up into your bridge, just stay here and open your arm out and press it up. So this is a one-arm chest press. I'm bending my elbow down to about 90 degrees and pressing up. Now with the leg slide, we go out, up, out, up. And you can go at any pace, so you're not sacrificing form and alignment. If it's hard for you to stay up in the bridge, you can keep your hips on the floor and still slide the leg out and in. 6 more. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the hips down. Drop the weight down next to you. Now the leg you're working, that right leg, take it straight up. A little hamstring stretch because we just really fired the back of the upper leg. And you can flex and point the ankle or make some circles. And breathe. All right, release that leg down. Switch your disc over to your left foot. And then press up into a baby bridge. Bring your left heel to the disc and slide it out and in. Now just notice if your hips are caving down and up when your leg slides. So your core is responsible for maintaining this good neutral position. Arms are by your side, but try not to push down too much with your arms, or you can lift them off the floor for a little bit more work. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lower those hips down. Hug that left knee right into your chest. So that's going to give that glute a little stretch, the lower back to relax. And then set your heel back down onto the disc. Take the hand weight into your right hand. And we'll just practice a couple of one-arm chest presses. So bend that elbow out to the side and press it up, out, and press it up. The single arm work really works your core. All right, press into your right leg to lift up into a baby bridge. As you bend your elbows, slide that left heel out and bring it in. Inhale, exhale. So check in with your right leg. How is that feeling? You should feel your glute working just to keep your body up into bridge. If you're struggling with that, set your hips down on the floor and just do the glide. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the hips down, relax the hand weight to the mat. Bring that left leg straight up into your hamstring stretch and hold. Maybe point and flex the ankle or a couple of circles. And then release that foot back down. Okay, we are done with the disc work, so you can set the disc off to your side. I'm just going to leave my mat folded in half for now as we move into just a few mat Pilates exercises. So we'll bring the right knee into the chest, set the foot on the floor, bring the left knee into the chest. Now you can hug the knee in with both hands, or oftentimes in a Pilates class you'll see the opposite hand grabbing the knee and then the same side hand kind of grabbing the ankle. So it will look like this. Opposite hand grabs the knee, same side hand grabs the ankle. You don't have to do it that way. You can have your heels flexed or your toes pointed. So level 2, once we have this position, our head and shoulders come up off the mat as the knee comes in, and we lay back down, and head and shoulders come up. So I'm adding in an abdominal crunch. This is a progression for single leg stretch. If the neck gets tired, just keep the head and shoulders on the mat. So our next level up, instead of one foot remaining on the floor at all times, as the knee comes into the chest, the other one goes out long. And then you can lay your head down in between, or keep your head down, or keep your head up. We're still pulling the knee into the chest, activating the abs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both knees come into the chest. Lay your head and shoulders down. Roll onto one side. And you can have your hand weight available if you'd like to use it for extra work. So we can be up high on the elbow or down low supporting the head. I want you to feel comfortable here. Just make sure that you're not dropping down and shrugging into the shoulders. Stay nice and lifted. Bottom knee is bent 90 degrees, top leg straightens. Option to take the hand weight on that outer thigh. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Good. And that extra weight doesn't give us that much extra work. So if it's feeling clumsy or cumbersome or bothers the outside of your thigh, it's okay. You don't have to worry about using it. 10 more. Now notice the outside of my leg is facing the ceiling. I want you to be sure not to turn the top of your leg to the ceiling and roll back. because then we're working a different muscle group. We want to get this outer thigh, hip stabilizer, medial glute. Now, ronde the leg. It goes forward, up, and back in place. Forward, around, back in place. Then go at any pace you want. The idea is to do the ronde without moving your pelvis. So if you make it too big, you're going to start to rock your body a whole lot to swing that leg around. So just keep it really still. If your ronde is this tiny, then that's the way it is to keep your pelvis stable. Keep your abs stable. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Close the knees together. Last one on this side is clamshell. Again, you can use the hand weight. Your feet stay together as you open the knees and close them in. So these exercises are all wonderful for building strength in your hips, stabilization, which helps with so many activities in life to have the strong hips, strong glutes. Again, not moving the pelvis, just opening, closing. 5, 4. Check the shoulder you're supporting. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Set that weight down. Before we switch sides, we've got a side plank. Now, if you want, you can just simply lift your hips up off the floor and make this your side plank. You can straighten the top leg, reach the top arm. You can lift the top leg up. You can straighten both legs out onto the floor. Wherever you want to go here, breathe. 15 seconds. 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Great job. Let's switch over to the other side. I'm going to go ahead and unfold my mat here so I've got it on the other side. So choosing the position, you're either up high on your elbow or down here supporting your head. Just be really careful of your neck in this position. I don't care for it as much as here because I'm not pressing against my neck. Take that top leg, extend it out, optional hand weight on the thigh, and lift the leg up, down, up, down. So the size of your leg lift is really dependent on your hip flexibility and whether you're doing this exercise in the correct plane of movement. So I can get my leg up higher if I lift my hip and go back, but that's the wrong exercise. So I want to keep those pelvis, the hips stacked, and you can point your toe or you can flex. Check your shoulder, make sure you're not slumping down, but keep pressed up. This will fire your lat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ronde. The leg goes forward, up, and around. Good. And just go slow and controlled. Notice the muscles you're working as you ronde around. A lot of hip stabilization. You'll also notice this bottom leg, the supporting leg, is working as well because it's doing a lot to help stabilize your hips as well as your core. 3, 2, and 1. Stack your knees, optional hand weight, clamshell. Feet stay together, knees open, and close. Try not to rock back. Exhale as you open, inhale as you close your knees. Exhale. 7, 6. This gets those deep external rotators of the hip. 5, 4, 3. Zip up the abdominals. 2, and 1. Excellent job. Your plank is right from here, so make sure that your elbow's directly under your shoulder. You can just lift your hips up off the floor. You can straighten the top leg, lift it, hold the arm up. Any plank you want to do here. 15 seconds. 12, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down and relax. Beautiful work. Just sit yourself up. I'm going to do a little stretch for our shoulders after supporting us here in this position. Let's bring one arm across the front. Just give it a stretch. And other side, stretch across. And then both arms either behind you, interlaced, or just bring your fingertips to the floor behind and open up your chest, stretching through the fronts of your shoulders. And then come into a mermaid position. So I'm going to sit over onto my right hip. And when we do mermaid, the knees can be tight together. And I can take this top ankle and just set it into the instep of my other foot. That's one way to do mermaid. The other way is to bring the knee way back, so I have more of a staggered position. So I want you to do the one that feels best for you today. Fingertips of the right hand come to the mat. Inhale, open that left arm up, look up to the ceiling, nice big chest expansion. Then exhale and reach through into a twist. Now with the breath, inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more on this side. Inhale, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, 4. 1 more. And a full exhalation. Then reach that arm up and let it lower down. Shift the knees to the other side. So just spin around on the seat. You can have the knees just slightly staggered or in your full mermaid position. Hand to the mat. Just inhale, really reach it up, open up the chest. Then exhale, reach through, look way behind you. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 more. Really feel your core muscles here activating in the twist. Feel a nice release in your lower back. One more repetition. And then reach up to hold, stretch, and lower that arm down by your side. Stretching through our hamstrings and our shoulders will come into downward dog or our dolphin pose. So turning over to hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up for down dog, or drop down to your elbows for dolphin. Now this can also be done with your hands up on your chair. So if you are really tight in your hamstrings, just bring yourself up to a stand, put your hands on your chair, walk yourself back a little bit, and then press your heels into the floor. We're holding here about 15 seconds. If you want, you can pedal out your feet, bending one knee at a time, or just keep the heels still, pressing into the earth. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees can come back down to the mat. Rise up to the knees. Take a nice big step forward with your right foot as far as you can out in front of you. So a big step. Drop down into your hip flexor stretch. So it's the back hip that I'm working on opening up. I'm going to lift the back arm or that left arm up, really reach. And then take a baby side bend over toward the right side. This will give you maximum opening of that hip flexor. Press evenly into all 4 corners of your front foot. One more breath in our kneeling lunge, Anjaneyasana, hip flexor stretch. And then as you exhale, come back up, bring your fingertips down toward the floor and straighten out your front leg for one more hamstring stretch. Hands can be up on a chair or wall. You can be more upright wherever you feel this stretch down the back of your leg. Just take it to your own edge. And 2 more breaths. Now rebend this front knee so we come back into that hip flexor stretch. Reach the left arm across the right knee. The right hand reaches behind you and twist your body as far as you can to the right side. Look over that right shoulder. If that bothers your right shoulder to reach your hand behind your back, just put your hand at your hip. One more breath. And come back to center. Now you can press back to a down dog if you like, or maybe just a child's pose, just to recenter and check in. Let the breath move through this little hold. Then we'll drop back down to the knees, repeating our poses on the left side. Take a really big step forward with your left foot. As far as you can step, then drop down into your hip flexor stretch. So sometimes I see this one and it looks like this. The butt's up and then the stretch is lost in the front of the right hip. So keep dropping those hips down. Reach the right arm up nice and high. Take a baby side bend over toward the left. And I'm just using my left forearm, bracing on my thigh. But you can put your hand at your hip or reach down to a block or the floor. And one more breath. Exhale, rise up. Reach the fingertips down to the mat. Push back into your hamstring stretch. Now I have my foot flexed, but you can certainly point your toe. It's a little less intense into the calf muscle if the toe is pointed. And again, you can be up high wherever you feel this stretch is just right for you. Try to level off your hips, not scissoring your legs. And one more breath. And then we'll rebend this front knee to drop back down into that hip flexor stretch. Bring the left hand, or right hand, across the left thigh. And the left hand wraps behind your body as we come into our twist. Look over that left shoulder. And you're breathing. back to the front. Either press back to your down dog once more or to child's pose. Just about 5 breaths here, relaxing. And then we'll transition to butterfly pose. So we'll sit with the soles of the feet together, the knees open. So with our glider work today, we worked a lot of inner and outer thighs. You want to give those muscles a chance to relax. So soften through your glutes. Let your knees come apart as much as they can comfortably drop. Feel a stretch through the inner thigh. Your feet can be any distance away from your groin. Take the upper body forward, folding through that space any amount. And once you've arrived into the stretch, just check in to make sure that nothing's tensing or tightening or gripping. Two more breaths here in Baddha Konasana, butterfly. And then rising up. Okay, you can fold again one more time into butterfly, or you can take a half butterfly, extending one leg out to straight, tucking the other one in here. So I'm not going to turn toward this leg. I'm still going straight through the center, but I have one leg elongated, or just repeat your butterfly again with both feet together. Half butterfly gives me the opportunity to stretch my hamstring a little bit more. All right, we'll rise up and either switch feet in the half butterfly or stay in your full butterfly. Nice long spine. Reach forward any amount. Notice there might be major differences between one side of the body and the other. Hold and breathe. And rising up. We'll take wide leg forward fold. You can come and have a seat in a chair and do this as well for tight hamstrings. Just walk those hands forward. If you're sitting on your chair, sit on the edge, widen your legs, and then drop yourself down toward the floor. And relax your lower back, your inner thighs. One more breath. And then start to slowly walk up with the hands. Come back to a comfortable seat. So sitting in a chair is fine, or simple cross-leg pose. Reach the right arm straight up and try to see how far you can touch behind the back of your neck with that right arm. Bring your left arm, turn your thumb down. See how close you can touch your fingertips together. Cow face arms. You can also take your yoga strap and hold it between your hands and start to slowly inch them closer and closer together. Now try not to drop your head way down and curve your back, so still sitting up tall. Even if your elbow is this high in front of you, I still want your head to be straight up and down. All right, release that bottom arm first. Then stretch both arms up, reach, and exhale down. Lift the left arm. Reach it behind the back of the neck as far as you can reach. I feel this stretch right here in my tricep, a little bit in the shoulder. Right hand, turn your thumb down, reach behind your back and see how closely you can touch. So depending on which is your dominant hand, usually if you're right-handed, this side is harder with the right arm behind you. Keep your head nice and neutral, sit tall. And then release that bottom arm first, stretch it up. Reach both hands, inhale. Exhale, let them float down. Then one more breath, inhale up together. Press the palms of the hands, draw thumbs into the heart. We'll close our eyes for just a moment. Just to focus on how you're feeling at the end of class as compared to the start. Hopefully with a clearer head, with more energy, feeling more elongated through the muscles and strengthened as well. And the strength that resides within me honors that strength in each of you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today for Mind Body Blend. I'd love to see what you guys all did with the gliders. So if you can stay on for a second, that would be fantastic. If not, Thursday looks pretty good for yoga by the pool. If you're going to come, send me a little message so that I know that you're on the way. Thanks, everybody.